I think it's hard for me personally to play champions that I'm not like extremely comfortable on in a non-English speaking roster. Find some of these actually.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I wanted something like sweet and sour.
Yeah.
So I was just like, you know, I've seen like all the Degon interviews, like might as well. So yeah, I had a like bag of these on the plane, like a small bag.
Perfect. Thank you, Trolli. All right, y'all. We are not in LA. We're in the East Coast. We're at Prudential Center here in Newark, New Jersey, with APA, Mr. Eain. Series down. Didn't quite go your way.
Nope.
But I think you had a resilient series. You had games where it was tough. Mm-hmm. You had games where you were behind but still making plays, and then you had a couple dominant games. Like it was cool to watch you not be a rookie, but just be an LCS player, be a Worlds player. What did it feel like for you in this series?
I was like a little bit nervous going into today because last time we faced NRG, can I curse?
Yeah.
Last time we faced Palafox, he fucking shit on me.
He did, I remember.
To be really blunt about it. So it was like, obviously I had those thoughts in my mind, like I'm facing the same player, it's only been what, like 2-3 weeks difference?
Yeah.
So, but you know, at the end of the series, I think I played fine in lane. Like, I think games 1-4, I won lane. Game 5, I'm not sure. And then I think game 2 and 3, he won lane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I think I stepped up a lot. I think I learned a lot throughout this playoff bracket run. And yeah, I mean, I agree with you with like mental resilience. I think we had a game plan and then we just stuck to the game plan. Even in game 4, we're just on a fighting comp. And it's like, you know, we're not really gonna outscale them. Just keep fighting them when our cooldowns are up. So like even the very last fight of the game, like Piosek use ultimate, I'll take gate, flank them, you know, hope for the best. Ended up getting on what's his FBI.
Yep.
But Palafox was able to carry the fight. So but like even in the games we lost, I felt like we stuck to, in a sense, our guns.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think one thing I think is in that first series against NRG, I think you got to show off your heart, right? Yeah. You didn't tilt, but I was like, ooh, it feels like there's a glaze there. He's concussed, but he's still fighting until his last breath. Whereas here, it was you were going back and forth. So that I think that's like a huge like mark and takeaway that you can use not only for the rest of your career, but very helpfully like for Worlds, right? You're going to be facing some really strong mids. In the press conference, Rainover said that, the strategy got a little bit tougher because we were playing dive comps, then we had to change it up. One of the changes was, okay, we got to, I think it was get off blue side, go red side, or we have to get off red side and go blue side, because I think you guys picked back to red side after your first loss, right?
Yeah, we went red side first lost, and then blue side after the 4th game.
Yeah.
Or 3rd game.
After the 3rd game, after your 2nd loss. Was that kind of like a concession to defeat, or it's like, hey, we got to just try something different here?
So our first strategy was like, we're gonna put Piosek on Viego. I'm on like Neeko most of the time. Like could be a couple other champions, but mostly Neeko. And then we're gonna play to get him resets. But then they adapted by banning Viego. And so it's like, well, I can still get Neeko, which we did try that in game 3. It was like less value of a pick because Neeko's not gonna like 1v9 the fight.
Yeah.
Like she needs the pairing of like Viego.
Yeah.
So then that's why we ended up going blue side. So like because we're like either we're gonna force them to ban Tristana because we're a really good Tristana team.
Yeah.
Or like we'll just like get it.
Yeah.
And then they ended up banning it. They lose like, you know, already lose like Ziggs ban. You have to ban Tristana now. I think they're banning Viego as well. So they just had so many things they wanted to ban. So we got a, like I would say, a favorable draft game for. I mean, we kind of shit on them.
You did.
So, yeah.
They also looked like that top lane fiasco that was like, it felt like 5 minutes of that you guys just shitting on him.
Someone's the king of like just outplaying random ganks. He's just him when it comes to that.
Oh yeah. How's it feel knowing that like, wow, I'm the recipient of the target bans? Like, it's me.
I mean, I don't think most bans are, Okay, I guess the Ziggs ban is
Oh,
target
bro,
ban.
there was in game 1 there was like 4 bans your way, right? It was 2 your way plus the Taric, and they banned Jace, or you banned Jace. So that means that puts you down to 4-5, and then they took Tristana, right? Yeah. And then that's
I guess there was a lot of bans.
There are a lot of bans your way, man.
A lot of bans GG series. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about it. I'm not like reading that much into it. You know, maybe they think I have a small champ pool. Maybe they think like it's just like spec ban.
Yeah.
You know, could be either or.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not reading that much into it.
Because I ran into your coach from Barrage. Oh, I worked with him over at
Lucian?
Radiance. I ran into Lucian.
Yep.
And we were talking about how you are known to have a champ ocean compared to other players that have kind of worked their way on up from amateur to academy to LCS. And they are like one tricks that learn how to play mid. You from the start have been like, hey, I'm going to go wide with my champ pool, and have been able to do that. That's why I found this like focus on banning you out interesting to me.
I think speaking on that, so I don't know if it's been released yet, but I've talked about this on TL Squad interviews, where
Give me the exclusive, man.
the exclusive is, I think it's hard for me personally to play champions that I'm not like extremely comfortable on in a non-English speaking roster. I think the best example I can give is just my Jace games in the series versus NRG the playoffs, where we played a lot of games with Jason scrims. You know, it was like 70-80% win rate.
Sure.
But went on stage and I inted really hard on Jace.
Sure.
And then it's just really hard to play champions that you're not good at when you can't talk to your teams, because it would be like mid-game scenarios where it's like, hey, we're gonna do this, but you don't know fully what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like on Jace.
Got it.
So I do agree in a sense. I do play a lot of champions, but I'm not necessarily willing to play a lot of champions right now.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to communicate like the win con on your specific champion if you're like haven't scrimmed that much with it or stuff like that.
Yeah. I was lined up to interview you last week as you guys defeated Golden Guardians and qualified for Worlds straight up. One of the major reasons why I wanted to is your parents were there. Your dad was there in person. We've talked about it and covered cool, we see your parents supporting and they send you a video. But see your dad there, yelling and kind of cursing at some of your teammates that died early was awesome. Yeah. It was super cool. What does it mean to you to have them here over in your first live finals in front of, thousands of fans that, it was your aunt that came as well today that she'd never been to an event before, and now they get to see you're not a player in a league, you're a superstar, and you have all these random people cheering for you. What does that mean to you?
No, it's definitely really nice. Obviously I knew that they were coming, but just to know that I couldn't find them in the stands, but to know that they're somewhere in the stands just cheering me on, just having my back in that sense is really nice. I think to touch on my dad yelling a lot. So whenever
it was super funny.
Whenever I was in sports, wrestling or football, anything else.
Yeah.
And then we're also Pittsburgh Steelers fans in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
So anytime he'd come to my little leagues games or whatever, he'd be same exact way, and then we're both a similar way when we watch the Steelers games together.
Sure.
So it's just we'll put our Steelers games on, Sunday night, Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then, let's go! We'll just start screaming in our basement.
Yeah. Who's your favorite player in the Steelers? A lot of turnover lately. Right.
So I haven't really watched recently.
Sure.
I've been
you've been
fully
grinding.
indexing into the league. But before it was probably the running back Le'Veon Bell.
Okay. Yeah. Le'Veon. Not doing the boxing stuff. I'm friends with, I was going to say homies. That's a little close. I'm friends with Najee Harris, the current running back.
Okay.
I met him over at a Snoop Dogg thing and ran into him again, and he remembered me, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. So, I'm now forever a Najee Harris fan, and that pulls me to the Steelers. It was funny because your dad, sorry, Mr. APA, but I'm going to do it because it was super funny. Your dad was like, damn it, Piotrek. It was so funny because I had to look over and be like, who's yelling at Piotrek in English? And then I put it together and I was like, oh, that's awesome. It was very, very funny because they're so invested in your success. And you've said it's been great to get support from fans and that kind of support. But I know it's different with family, and just seeing the level of investment that they've had is cool, because I think a lot of people don't know that it wasn't just, okay, cool, you came from Academy. And then, they do a little digging. They're like, okay, it wasn't just from Maryville. the broadcast did a great job. Barrage before that, right?
Yeah.
Barrage, and then, you know, you're in 10th and 11th grade, they put that on the broadcast. But like, your parents have been supporting this whole time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a very unique setup that I feel like a lot of people
even
just
when
don't
I
get.
was in like amateur, like you said, on Barrage or Resolve, you know, same
Resolve,
team.
yeah.
Like I'd be upstairs in my room, like playing the matches. They'd be downstairs in the living room watching, and then it's on like it's like a 5 or so minute delay.
Yeah.
So, you know, on our game-winning push or whatever, they'd like yell at me to not come downstairs to like not spoil it or something, and then, you know, like every once in a while I hear them through like the floors in a sense.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's go. Or like, oh no, fuck. Yeah. Just like, but yeah, they've been supporting me since the very start. It's very nice.
Yeah. With the way that this series panned out and the way that you've bounced back now against, you know, Palafox and NRG in general, how do you feel as you stack up and go to Worlds? Like, do you feel like cleansed that, like, hey, at least we went to 5 games and I, you know, didn't give up and I didn't get shit stomped the whole time? Yeah, what's your focus towards Worlds?
So I'm actually like really happy with myself for like, I think I've come a very long way since the very first playoff series, and even like a little bit of the early season to now.
Yeah.
I think it's just like, in general, I feel like we found our team identity, and then personally, I feel like I've just been slowly improving, like playing lanes like better, just, and I mean, you can even see it. Like the first series, like I said, he shit on me. This series, I think I held my own, and in some games I was like shitting on him.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I think looking forward to Worlds, it's like, I think me, Jan, are intending to go early to play Korean solo queue.
Yeah.
So just grind a shit ton of Korean solo queue, and then we'll have the official like TL boot camp.
Yeah.
Which, you know, we'll probably end up screaming a bunch of international teams. So yeah, I think like I'll just keep trying to level up as much as I can is the honest answer.
Sure.
Like I think I can. I think I've like showcased that like I already can do that. So now I just have to like ramp it up even more and more for Worlds.
Give me a major region team major region team you're excited to play against, and give me a minor region that you're excited to play against.
I think honestly G2
Sure.
is like a good major region team because like
Best in the West,
yeah,
according to us pundits at least.
I think that's like what a lot of I see when I read like the LEC subreddit and like anything around the G2 games. There's like, oh, these guys are so good. They're like much better than everyone else in like the West, like you said, and stuff like that. So I think it would just be fun to face them. Like, yeah, and then minor region.
Yeah. Oh man, you were playing amateur and, you know, academy and collegiate. A lot of the scrims, you know, you scrim LATAM teams. You scrim sometimes Brazilian teams.
I haven't really watched minor regions this year or like this split, so I actually don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I have an answer just because I haven't been watching the leagues.
I was just trying to give you a layup to make some fans in another region, but you know.
Like before, I was watching a lot of CBLOL, the Brazil League, right?
Yeah.
And I was a fan of like Loud.
Oh yeah, of course.
I was watching a lot of like Loud games, but like this split, I haven't been watching a bunch of like any major regions. So
yeah, bro. I imagine as soon as you got bumped up, you haven't had any time to do anything.
Yeah. So,
including haircut.
Do you know if Loud's able to make Worlds?
I don't know. I should know. I should know off the top of my head, but if not,
if they can, I'd like to face them, but I have no clue like anything.
Yeah, that's why I said region. So we'll just go with CBLOL.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play against CBLOL, a very passionate region. They play aggressive and sometimes unorthodox. And then last I was going to ask about the hair, right? You did the shave. You obviously don't have time to watch CBLOL. You don't have time to take care of your hair. Are you going to let it grow out? Are you going to get it saloned up in Korea? What's the game plan here? You going to shave the beard? Or are you going to play off beard? What are we doing?
I think I'll probably let my hair grow out a little bit. I might get it like trimmed up so you know it looks not shit when Worlds happens. Either like I'll probably end up having to go to a barber there. So like I'll talk to like Piosik or Summit or like whoever. I mean, my entire team's Korean, so I was
gonna say, well, now all you did was tell me who you think is stylish. And sorry, Core, sorry, Jan, you guys are out. It's Piosik.
I can just ask my entire team, like on a good Korean barber. So I'll probably go there sometime and just clean up. But mostly I'll let my hair grow out, and then
Sweet. And then I said earlier, I asked on the press conference prediction for tomorrow's finals. Energy, Cloud9. You said Cloud9, but they would take some games. Kind of talk me through the thought process there and how it's going to shake out.
Well, I think Energy has gotten better as well. Like, I think TL was leveling up, but I think Energy was also leveling up. So,
how so?
Well,
like for us laymen, what do you think?
Like, which part?
Like, what part do you think they got better at?
I think they've always been a really decisive team, but before it was like super one-dimensional, where like they'd go through Palafox side, and then, you know, if they had found a fight there, they'd go for it. If not, they'd like shift and just fight. But this series it was like, you know, sometimes they're going through Douglas side, sometimes they're just like abandoning side entirely, and just like straight up going through mid.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, like C9 just, their mid game is really, really solid. I think the best of all the LCS teams.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think they're going to get like lane checked by really any of the NRG players.
Sure.
So, I think it'll probably be like 3-1 or 3-2 C9. I think since NRG is so decisive, they'll like just grab a couple games like here and there. Like they're really good at shutting down like our wing comp, as we like to call it, like in games 1 through 4. So, yeah, I think they'll do fine. I don't think they're, in a sense, good enough, even though they are really good to win for C9. But yeah.
Season's not over, to close it out. Season's not over, but as you said, special moment to have family here in the stands. You didn't get to talk to them now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, look at the camera and say what you would say to them or what you're going to say to them later. And let the fans, like, inside the APA family, you know, conversation. I'll look down, I'm not here.
I mean, I'll probably hug my family. You know, my parents are here, aunt, and then my brother's here actually.
Oh, sweet.
So I'll probably hug with them. And then I think I have TL obligations to do tomorrow, like for like FanFest stuff. And I think we have like TL squad interviews.
Yeah.
But like after that, we'll probably just get dinner or something with them, like dinner, lunch. I don't know the time frame yet.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'll just let them know what's happening, like we do now in Worlds.
Okay. All right. APA, everyone, making North American mids cool again. Is that okay? I think that's fine. Sure. It's been a pleasure to watch. It was really cool to see you just be so damn comfortable on stage. A lot of people get rocked or whatever, and I think it was really cool to see you do that. So congrats and best of luck at Worlds, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers. For more, keep it locked here on Eain Esports.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of Eain Esports. And you know, it hasn't always been easy getting my thrills since I'm a one-man band doing everything here. So to get my thrills, I get them from Trolli gummy worms. You know, they want nothing more than for you to bite into their delicious, sour heads and bodies into pieces. Personally, I like the raspberry blueberry flavor. It's really good. You should go ahead and get your own. Check it out. And get the mind-warping, tongue-twisting sour thrills only at Trolli.com.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
Oh, my knee. Sweet.